We welcome back to the quiz board, South Carolina 1 on the red from Spartanburg, South Carolina. And on the yellow, we have Washington 1 from Hoquiam, Washington. Officially, this is quiz number 95 on the matrix, and this quiz is open. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question. Proverbs chapter 8, questions, understanding, putting.
Yellow, 1.
Interruption.
Putting forth what? Her voice? Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice?
That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question. Proverbs chapter 22 refers to a man diligent in what?
Yellow, 2.
In his business?
That is correct. Question number 3 is a quotation completion question worth 10 points. Question. Pride.
Yellow, 2.
Interruption.
Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question. By what does chapter 20?
Yellow, 2.
Interruption.
Does Proverbs chapter 23, verse 23. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding.
That is incorrect. This interrupted 10-point question will be reread to South Carolina without interruption. Question. By what does chapter 26 of Proverbs refer to taking a dog?
Red, 3.
By the ears.
That is correct. Question number 5 is a 2-part question worth 10 points. Question. What is far above what as recorded?
Yellow, 1.
Interruption.
As recorded in Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10, a virtuous woman's price is far above rubies.
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question. Where shall the righteous be reckoned?
Yellow, 1.
Interruption.
Where shall the righteous be recompensed? According to Proverbs chapter 11, verse 31, in the earth.
That is correct. Substitution timeout, South Carolina. Time in. Question number 7 is worth 10 points. Question. How, according to verse 32 of Proverbs chapter 3, is the...
Red, 1.
Interruption.
Is the froward described? The froward is abomination to the Lord.
That is correct. Question number 8 is a 2-part question worth 10 points. Question. The full soul loatheth what?
Yellow, 2.
Interruption.
But to the hungry soul. Every bitter thing is what? According to Proverbs chapter 27, verse 7, the full soul loves the honeycomb. But to the bitter...
That is incorrect. This interrupted 2-part question will be reread to South Carolina without interruption. Question. The full soul loatheth what? But to the hungry soul what is sweet?
Red, 3.
That is correct. Question number 9 is the first of our 20-point questions. It is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Question. Happy?
Yellow, 2.
Interruption.
Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding.
That is incorrect. This interrupted quotation completion question will be reread to South Carolina without interruption. Question. Happy are thy...
Red, 3.
Happy are thy men, happy are these thy servants, which take to him before thee, and that you thy wisdom.
That is correct.
Time out.
Time out, Washington.
Time.
Time in. Question number 10 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Question. The ear that heareth...
Red 1,
Interruption.
The ear that heareth the reproof of right abideth among the wise. What the verse following this one? He that refuseth instruction despiseth his own soul, but he that heareth reproof getteth understanding.
That is correct. Question number 11 is a four-part question worth 20 points. Question. According to Proverbs chapter 14, verses 14 and 15, who shall be...
yellow 1,
Interruption.
Who shall be filled with his own ways? Who shall be satisfied from himself? Who believeth every word? Who looketh well to his going? The backslider in heart, a good man, the simple, the prudent man.
That is correct. Question number 12 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Referring to a virtuous woman, according to verses 22 and 23 of Proverbs chapter 31, about her...
red 1,
Interruption.
About her clothing, what is said, and about her husband, what is said. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry, her clothing is silver purple. Her husband is known in the gates, what he said among the elders of the land.
That is incorrect. This interrupted two-part question will be reread to Washington without interruption. Question. Referring to a virtuous woman, according to verses 22 and 23 of Proverbs chapter 31, about herself what is recorded, and about her husband what is recorded.
yellow 2,
She maketh herself coverings of tapestry, her clothing is silken purple. Her husband is known in the gifts when he sitteth among the elders of the land.
That is correct. Question number 13 is worth 20 points. Question. Then shall they call upon me, but I will...
yellow 1,
Interruption.
Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, according to the next verse. Why? For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
That is incorrect. This interrupted 20-point question will be reread to South Carolina without interruption. Question. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Why?
red 1,
For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof.
That is correct. Question number 14 is a cross-reference two-part question worth 20 points. Question. In each of the verses of Proverbs chapter 2 that begin, then shalt thou...
red 1,
Interruption.
Then shalt thou understand what is recorded. And what are these verses? Then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every path. Verses 5 and 9.
That is incorrect. This interrupted cross-reference two-part question will be reread to Washington without interruption. Question. In each of the verses of Proverbs chapter 2 that begin, then shalt thou understand. What shalt thou understand, and what are these verses?
yellow 3,
Then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. Proverbs chapter 2 verse 5 and Proverbs chapter 2 verse 9.
That is correct. Question number 15 is worth 20 points. Question. In the verse of Proverbs chapter 10 containing the word Proverbs, what...
red 1,
Interruption.
Proverbs are described. Proverbs of Solomon and why some men cloud.
Time.
That is incorrect. This interrupted 20-point question will be reread to Washington without interruption. Question. In the verse of Proverbs chapter 10 containing the word Proverbs, what proverb is recorded?
Yellow, 3.
The Proverbs of Solomon, a wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother.
That is correct. Contest, South Carolina. This contest is denied. Question number 16 is a four-part question worth 20 points. Question: the sacrifice of whom is what, but the prayer?
Red, 1.
Interruption.
But the prayer of whom is what? Proverbs chapter 15, verse 8. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is his delight.
That is correct. Question number 17 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question: let's start that over. Question number 17 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question: to what end hath God done what?
Red, 1.
Interruption.
Got me.
Time.
That is incorrect. This interrupted two-part question will be reread to Washington without interruption. Question: to what end hath God done what, according to verse 14 of Ecclesiastes chapter 7?
Yellow, 1.
To the end that man should find nothing after him, God also hath set one over against the other. In the day of prosperity be joyful, but in the day of adversity consider. God also hath set the one over against the other, to the end that man should find nothing after him.
That is correct. Timeout, South Carolina.
Time.
Time in. Question number 18 is the first of our 30-point questions. It is a cross-reference quotation question worth 30 points. Question: Proverbs chapter 25 mentions the cold of snow.
Red, 1.
Interruption.
Cold of snow in one verse, and cold waters in another verse, both these verses. As the cold of snow in the time of harvest, so is a faithful messenger to them that send him, for he refresheth the soul of his masters. As cold waters to a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country.
That is correct. Question number 19 is a cross-reference six-part question worth 30 points. Question: which verse of Proverbs chapter 21 refers to what happening concerning whoso keepeth what, and which verse of Proverbs chapter 27?
Yellow, 1.
Interruption.
Refers to what happening concerning whoso keepeth what? Proverbs chapter 21, verse 23, whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. Proverbs 27:18, whoso keepeth the fig tree shall eat the fruit thereof. So he that waiteth on his master shall be honored.
Time.
That is correct. Contest, South Carolina. This contest is withdrawn. Timeout, Washington.
Time.
Time in. Question number 20 is a cross-reference four-part question worth 30 points. Question: which verse of Proverbs records what about clouds, and which verse of Ecclesiastes records what about clouds?
Red, 1.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 20. By his knowledge, the depths are broken out, and the clouds drop down to the deep. Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 4. He that regardeth the clouds shall not reap.
That is correct. Do we have a numerical winner? This quiz is closed. Let's hear it for South Carolina 1 and Washington 1. him making the way down as we await the results of this tie with 40 points between Destiny Barron and Ashlyn Pike. And we have a double medal ceremony. We had a tie for the highest scoring individual with 90 points, earning a silver medal, Colin Angel and Joy Edwards.
Okay, you can all just go up there.
What a game.
Yeah, that was a good game. Good.